Good evening, everybody. What's going on? It's Mizroy, Zem, Manic, Kim, Boy, Satellite, Eva, Negaratep. Zem, thank you so much for the 7 stream streak. Hi again, everybody. Happy Thursday. Again, I hope you're doing well. I am still good. It's been a lovely day. I mean, how could it not be? I basically just played Satisfactory and fed myself. That's it. What's up, our Dominic? Tiny video ads above chat? Really? Really? Hang on, let me, you know what? Let me see something. It's the new ads manager. What's this? Hang on. Let me see something. I'm researching, chat. I'm learning about things that I despise with every fiber of my being. Wow. I don't think that's something that's under my control. But whatever. Tiny video. Yeah. I had shitty gacha pulls in Arknights, fun board games, and then problematically good gacha pulls in other Arknights. What's up, Dave? Congratulations on your big win last night. I don't know if you heard, there was a bit of drama surrounding it because I'm a giant dumbass and attributed Poco to the wrong person. But hey, you got your VIP. Yeah, Poco was great. We were all very, very taken with Poco. Dominic, you play some board games too? Bought your first new game in years. Rebirth, nice. So, don't know about ads above chat. I'm seeing a really big ad front and center for Pilot Wing 64. Yep. Yup. Cheers, everybody. I was there, but I was happy that Tactical Nexus was received. Only, that's the nicest thing you can say about it. It was received. It was experienced. Random Pathfinder game. Final boss of the Mega Dungeon they've been exploring kicked their asses pretty hard, but they went nice. That's always gratifying. Challenge your players, but they end up coming out on top in the end. What's up, Justin Brett? Wang for you. Curious about Rebirth. Might be a good dad game that isn't Ticket to Ride or Carcassonne. Punch and read the rules. Light, slightly mean tile laying game. Family type thing. Ooh, I liked laying tile. Felt like I had a chance with Red Pearls up until I saw Poco. That game deserved it. Yeah, Poco was great. I mean, Red Pearls of Borneo was really neat too. Like I was pretty interested in that. 220 and counting. I'm also want to mention that how relieved I am to find some N64 music that isn't just the same tracks from Mario 64 and Zelda and Donkey Kong 64. Seen some shit. YouTube decided today was the first time to drop a strange soccer-like commercial from the late 90s in front of my eyeballs. Anthropomorphic cheerleader candy bars bumping the soccer ball with their butts. Why do candy bars in your butts from There's your answer. Google Arknight's Wang to learn more. Would not recommend. Not gonna do this live. Maybe later though. Chat, I have a problem. I have a Satisfactory problem. I streamed Satisfactory for 6 hours, and then I was like, okay, I need to get up and do other things. And I puttered around the house, and I did some chores, I did laundry, I cleaned up. And then I was like, well, now what do I do? Yeah, I played more Satisfactory. I had to start building the new fuel generators, chat. Fuel generators aren't going to build themselves. 24-hour Satisfactory stream, right? Maybe when we get to phase 5, we should just like phase 5 until done. Should automate the chores so you can play more automation games. Now, I actually discovered my overproduction of rocket fuel is becoming a detriment because it's starting to lock up the turbo fuel refineries, which I need for producing circuits, which I need for producing like everything else. So yeah, I need to get the rest of the generators going. I was even thinking about scaling back the design to remove all the steel beams, but I really like the way they look. You quit Satisfactory 8, I would simply done. No, I can't. My name is Oddish, and I have a problem. I can't quit Satisfactory. I can't play anything other than Satisfactory. I can't think about anything other than Satisfactory. This is a full-blown, unvarnished Satisfactory addiction. saying it out loud doesn't change anything, because after tonight's stream, I'm probably gonna play more Satisfactory before I go to bed. Pilot Wing 64, I typically use the small characters, but the big characters are excellent at the jetpack stages. I wish we could play Pilot Wing 64. Unfortunately, we still can't. So, considering that they're kind of leaving real heavy on N64 previews again by way of E3, I feel like this might be another pretty quick issue. Approaching the end of Satisfactory. I'm approaching the end of this playthrough for streaming. See, after I finish phase 5 and capital S save the capital D day, I'm not gonna stream it anymore, but I'm gonna keep going to get the rest of the statues. I'm gonna get the golden nut and unlock all the research if we don't unlock it by the end of phase 5. And then I might start a new playthrough. Whatever happened to the Factorio playthrough? The Factorio playthrough I was streaming, I got to a point where it was getting a little frustrating to try and expand it further. So I wanted to stop and start a new playthrough using everything I'd learned to have like a better foundation. So I stopped streaming it and I started a second playthrough on my own time, and I got a little bit past where I was before, and then just kind of petered out on it. I haven't beaten a run of it yet. I realized Factorio is great. I really like Factorio, and I think there's a decent chance that I will get really attached to Factorio someday, but I'm not there yet. And to provide you some helpful context, it took me years to get into Satisfactory the way I'm into it now. I have probably started 8 or 9 Satisfactory playthroughs. And it wasn't until like the 6th one that I actually managed to get all the way through and beat it. I started a lot of playthroughs, I started building things, I reached a point where it was just, everything I had made was kind of a mess, and it felt too hard to expand stuff, and I just put it down and came back like a year or 2 later. And when I finally beat Satisfactory, then I was like, okay. But the next playthrough I started after I beat it, I dropped that one in the middle too, because I was having so much trouble with trains. Because I was trying to finally actually learn how to use trains and did not succeed at that, so. I think this current playthrough has like unlocked the parts of my brain necessary for an addiction, which probably isn't a good thing. But I'm deep enough into Satisfactory now that I feel like I could kind of just play it forever. That I could play this one run until everything is perfect and optimized, and then start another one that's even more perfect and optimized, and so on and so forth. So I'm a Satisfactory player. There's a definite preference between the two. I don't think I will ever prefer Satisfactory. I don't think I will ever prefer Factorio over Satisfactory, because Satisfactory just has a lot more artistry to it. Which isn't to say there's no elegance or sophistication to what you build in Factorio. There absolutely is, but I can't build skyscrapers in Factorio. I can't build my factories into like cliff faces and stuff like that. I can't make things in Factorio look as good as I can in Satisfactory. I can't express myself as much in Factorio. Factorio is much more nose to the grindstone automation and production, and I get why that's so popular. And someday I may get into it to the degree where I really start to appreciate that. But right now, Satisfactory is my game. Satisfactory is my game. It was made for me. And I am going to come out the other side a wriggling, mutated husk of a person. Kind of limited by the toolkit in Factorio. Your major limit Satisfactory is your creativity. And, like, Factorio has pressure elements. Factorio has pollution biters. Factorio has, you know, limited space to work with because of how belts and inserters and the grid work. I mean, in Satisfactory, you can spread things out as far as you want. You can twist belts back on themselves whenever, however you want. You can clip anything through anything else. Like, if I wanted to go maximum space efficiency in Satisfactory, it would be a non-Euclidean nightmare. Like, the mind would simply reject it. And that's something you just can't do in Factorio, because Factorio is much more structured. So, and I can appreciate that and also love the hell out of what Satisfactory lays down. But at the same time, I don't think y'all came to the power hours to hear me talk about Satisfactory even more. So let me give you a quick schedule reminder in which I remind you that I'm playing Satisfactory Saturday and Sunday mornings, and we will almost certainly finish Phase 5 this weekend. Probably Saturday. I'm hoping Saturday, if I can get enough foundational stuff done. For nuclear pasta. We're cooking nuclear pasta this weekend, chat. It's gonna be great. If you know anything about Satisfactory, you know what's in store. So, next week is the last week that my family is on vacation. Just so you know. They come back a week from this Sunday. So, I won't actually be streaming a week from... I won't be streaming on the 26th. And then after they get back, I'm going to go back to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday daytime streams. And continue Wednesday, Thursday evening streams. But we should be close to done with Satisfactory at that point, because I don't remember Phase 5 being very long. Phase 5 is weird, but it's only one tier of unlockables, and if you have a solid foundation for your factory, which we do, the project parts come together pretty quick. So, in Factorio, there are monsters that tear apart your systems and your efficiency. In Satisfactory, you are the monster. So yeah, one more week of high intensity daytime streams, chat, and then life goes back to the new normal, such as it is. So, and I'm not sure what we'll do next week. I need to see if I've got any indie games to check out on Wednesday. It's been a minute. Certainly wouldn't hurt to do some more. So, anyway, welcome, chat. Welcome to the future of the past. July of 1996. What do we do? It's more previews. It's just more previews. Nintendo Power is scraping the absolute butt. Look at this fucking Kirby in the corner. That is a fucked up Kirby. That's not right, chat. That is so wrong. I also love how the cover is Mario and Bowser and Diddy and Dixie and, like, coked out Kirby and then just a fucking elephant. And a poor little Pilot Wings pilot way in the background. Published in Nintendo Power, it's canon. Yeah, this was Kirby's plastic surgery era, I guess. Yeah, July 1996. A scant 30 years ago, chat. What are we doing this month? E3 is the big news. They got big E3 coverage, so there's a lot of stuff that may be making early appearances in there that y'all might want to request. That's the wild card here. There's going to be more N64 previews, but they're mainly going to focus on Pilot Wings, which unfortunately we can't play because I don't own. Outside of that, we've got full coverage of 4 games. Bass Masters Classic Pro Edition. Super Mario RPG again, because they really just don't have anything else to do. Iron Man Exo Man of War in Heavy Metal. I think this is a Game Boy game, so I'm not expecting much. And Brainies, which might be like Lemmings, maybe? It's got to be some kind of puzzle game, right? What's up, Arcane? I was busy cooking a General Tso's chicken loaf. Glad to see I made it in time. I'm glad you did too. I'm glad you're here. And you might need to explain a General Tso's chicken loaf to me, because 3 of those words make sense, but the 4th one is throwing me off. Special features E3, Pilot Wings, great plays, great values. This might be more reprints of SNES games. Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Beat the Boss. Beat the Boss could be another wild card. They could be mentioning a bunch of past games they've touched on. Previews. Previews are where it's at this month, chat. Kirby Superstar. We can finally embark upon Kirby Superstar. Tetris Attack, Waterworld. I think there's the Super NES Waterworld, and I think it's this. And, oh my god, they're actually talking about Dragon Hopper. Huh. We actually looked at Brainies years ago. It looks like it got severely delayed. Wow. Wow, that's a hell of a delay, because, yeah, I don't even remember that. I might remember it once we see the preview, or once we see the feature, once I start playing it. If y'all actually want to see it. So it's meatloaf, but Tso's. General Tso sauce I wanted to use up and using ground chicken instead of beef, making meatloaf. Oh, that's cool. Technically true preview for Dragon Hopper. And then Epic Center, Epic News, Eye of the Beholder, Star Ocean, of all things. Sort of Hope 2 Part 2 and Epic Strategies, and then every issue is every issue. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought the mere mention of Star Ocean was gonna summon shadows from the depths. But I guess not, so. Let's get on with it, chat. Let's get into the mag and see what these nerds are talking about this month. Let me open up requests for y'all. What have we here? This person just... Huh, they just drew a tiger. And Earthworm Jim hating on Baby Mario. Holy shit! Check out... God Christ, check out the Mega Man. Check out the Mega Man art in the top corner, dude. Airbrush van art ass Yoshi. I mean, that's really good looking, honestly. Oh no, see, it's Mega Man and Zero, and Mega Man is headshotting Proto Man. Got some nice Tales of Fantasia box art. This is Smithy behind here, and then some shockingly detailed Killer Instinct art. It's okay, the robots. I know Panda Express has General Tso as one of their spicier dishes. Does General Tso need to be super spicy? I don't know, actually. I normally just eat, like, orange chicken or, like, beef and broccoli or something. Should be some spicy. Brain? Where's the brain? Huh. Today in ecology class, our teacher was showing us a cross-section of a worm. Pretty gross stuff if you ask me, but hey, that's ecology. I see that big part where Earthworm Jim's neck should be. You know, that sort of bulge. Then I see the brain and the hearts and everything are on the other end of the body. All the nerve cells end at the bulge. In other words, the end with Jim's head is completely without feeling. Someone could chop it off and he wouldn't even notice. Personally, I don't care, but the guys at Shiny should do a bit of research on the next animal they make a game after. I know Jim mutated, but switching around his entire internal anatomy is a bit much. Nintendo Power Answers. Deucedly clever of you to figure this out, Andrew, but aren't you overlooking the bioengineering capabilities of Jim's super spacesuit? Not only does it rearrange his innards like so much patio furniture, but it gives him Elvis-like sex appeal for wooing and winning Princess What's-Her-Name. We're certainly glad that Jim has devoted his amazing powers to niceness and honor instead of rottenness and cheating at tiddlywinks. See, if anything, I feel like that kind of explains why Jim can use his head as a whip. Kung Pao, not General So. Kung Pao is extremely spicy, okay. Purchased several issues of Nintendo Power on the newsstand. I'm writing a comment on the new layout. I'm glad that Nintendo Power has chosen to move on to something new. I just can't see reviews of up to the minute technology such as the N64 in a magazine that's hardly changed all its history. You ingrate, you charlatan. Expanded players pulse is excellent choice. I've noticed the letters either make people happy or get them all worked up, and that gets everyone involved. I mean, you're not wrong, Brian Ross of Brampton, Ontario. Cool, awesome letter. Favorite part of your magazine is actually your players pulse. It's interesting to read the opinions, comments, and ideas that gamers everywhere inputting. Your readers don't sound like a bunch of video game playing kids saying everything is cool or awesome, but like a bunch of video game playing kids who are serious about what's going on in the entertainment world. I think you should expand the Players Pulse section, because I love reading all the letters people send in. I also like looking at the envelope art. I think 4 pages is enough of this. Thanks. Please don't continue the excessive internet and America online coverage. The interviews and profiles of those NOA online jocks. Online jocks. Online jocks, chat. Not sure I understand. It's very boring indeed, being totally irrelevant to the subject of Nintendo Power. Fun fact, General So Chicken was named as such because it used to be so spicy it was thought that only the devilish General Cow could eat it. No kidding. Kudos on the Living in the Loud House article, volume 84, Big Plus, whatever. Through the years, one of my favorite series of games has been Legend of Zelda. I love A Link to the Past the most. I'd like to suggest that Nintendo America take the first 2 games released on the NES and re-release them on one game pack for the Super NES, as was done with the Super Mario games and Super Mario All-Stars. What do you think of that, chat? What would you have thought of a Zelda All-Stars with a SNES glow-up of Zelda 1 and 2? Secondly, I think a sequel to A Link to the Past for the Super NES might be nice. I'd also like to compliment the re-release of A Link to the Past, especially at the low, low price of $34.99. Shigeru Miyamoto is a genius. I'll be in anticipation of a new addition to the Zelda series. Thanks to Rave Dave. We'll pass it along, Mr. Miyamoto. You can expect more adventures of Link now that Mr. Miyamoto is putting on the finishing touches on Super Mario 64. He's gearing up for Zelda 64. Was internet use relegated to rich people back in the day? Maybe it was a rich kid stereotype. I'm not sure. I mean, okay. There was definitely a period during the early internet era where home computer access was limited by income. Like, you know, the original personal computers were like $2,000 or something. They were expensive. Like, it took PCs a while to get down to like more moderate consumer prices. Yeah, no, we're totally back at that price point. Probably best they didn't. Have any of the SNES gloves been as good as the NES original or surpassed them in any way? Not really. I still prefer playing the NES Marios over the SNES All-Stars version. I mean, maybe if I had grown up with the All-Stars version, it might be different. I will say I definitely preferred Dragon Quest 1 on Super Nintendo to the original. The little quality of life additions there made a huge difference. That's just RAM. Back when T1 was considered... T1 was considered, like, peak. I was on fucking dial-up for the 90s. Thank you. Most of those like college kids that actually had access to the internet. Mid-1996, America Online is starting to get big, but it's not there yet. Yeah, I mean... My family had a computer, but that's specifically because my dad was a big techie and he really wanted one. And a Commodore 64 was not going to cut it in the early internet age of like 95, 96. So I had relatively early access to the internet. It definitely became more readily accessible in the following years. Internet access spread fast. By the end of the 90s, I think most people had it. Either if they didn't have it at home, they either had it through like public library access or at school or at work. Been loyal to the Nintendo name for 7 years, and until now I've only had one problem. I couldn't get the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past last year when I got my Super NES because they weren't making the game anymore. Then my latest issue of Nintendo Power, a glimmer of light erupted from the pages. There in Pack Watch I saw that the game I had been hunting for is being re-released. Praises to Nintendo, they hath not forsaken me. I really like the way you occasionally review a classic, as in Nintendo's re-release of Super Mario Kart and Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, puts new games up against older enduring classic. I finished Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI, a few days ago, and I must say I love it. I was hooked, but I also got snagged, and when I did, I took advantage of your power line. I was well organized when I called. For the second time, I was able to fly to where I was going because I knew which numbers to push. Recently subscribed and want to say your N64 coverage has been excellent. Continuing articles such as Shadows of the Empire, excellent. Of the other two mags that I subscribed to, EGM and Next Generation, you were the only one that really knew what Creator, or only one who knew what Creator was really about. I'm really interested in more info on that game. It sounds great. Deep Thought, thank you so much for the 3 stream streak. It is good to see you. Alright, let me finish up the rest of these letters and then we'll see what the charts... We'll see if the charts have moved at all. One day I was home playing Nintendo and I got one of my bright ideas, the kind that usually backfire. I looked over at my Rob and decided to make him mobile. As you can see, I mounted him on an old remote controlled car. All I need to do is flip the on-off switch on Rob and he can go about 30 feet. I can even control him using Gyromite. Been working on steering for him, but so far I've been unsuccessful. Oh, that's cool. Like I say, I love your magazine. It does need small improvements. For example, I love your comics. I would automatically flip them as soon as I got my Nintendo Power. About the 95 Nintendo Power Awards, basically I agree with most of your choices for nominees, but one thing I totally disagree with was in the category of Best Hero Heroine, you nominated Booger Man instead of somebody from Chrono Trigger like Chrono or Marl. They're easily cooler than Booger Man. Other than that, I like choosing the awards. Well, at least some people have some sense here. Can't remember exactly what we got it, when we got it. Can recall playing Warcraft 2 a little versus friends, later Myth 2 on Bungie.net. I'm trying to remember when we got it. I'm trying to remember if it was earlier than 95. It might have been 94. Yeah, I can't remember. We had a 486 that we were able to access the internet on. I think Arena looked better the way it was done before. Arena, all I can say is, wow! My problem is I like sports games, so if you could you put games like NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Ken Griffey Junior Baseball in the arena? They always do that. This Mad Kit's butt! I myself am a new subscriber to Nintendo Power and do not regret my decision to get a subscription. I think this magazine has come a long way since it first came out. I should know my brother used to have a subscription, especially like the articles on games to come. I'm looking forward to the release of the N64. I only have a few minor suggestions. Is it Bungie.net? Were they trying to copy Blizzard? How many of y'all remember when online games didn't have like server browsers built into them? Like OG Quake, Quake 2 there was no menu for joining games. Like, you had to know their address. Like, you had to put in their address manually to find games. That was the rise of, yeah, like All-Seeing Eye and GameSpy and Dwango and all of these third-party solutions that would comb for different servers and connect you. So yeah, there was a very much Wild West period before you could actually search for servers in game. Like, I think Quake 3 had a built-in server browser. I think Unreal Tournament did as well. Quake 2 did not. Quake 2 did not. I remember because Quake 2 was the game that I played online. That was when I discovered the magic of playing online with random assholes from all over the world. And I started out playing Quake 2 using All-Seeing Eye, which eventually got bought out by GameSpy. And it got converted over to GameSpy, which I didn't have any strong feelings about. What was the name of that strange chat program that predated Skype? ICQ? How far back are we going here? It says Day used rocket launchers and melee weapons for the... Oh yeah, oh yeah. Rocket jumps are life, at least briefly. That one! I used ICQ. Like, at the time, there was like AOL Instant Messenger and ICQ and something else, and I liked ICQ. All of my friends were on there. Okay, a few minor suggestions. Classified information is great. Make it bigger. I see no need for the arena. Since you're on the net, Zach, check out our new classified information code bank. You read all about right in this here issue as arena. It's as much about challenging yourself as about beating others, and everyone wants to become a better player. Oh, Netscape Navigator. Man. Netscape Navigator is like super nostalgic for me. I have a lot of memories tied up with Netscape Navigator. And web crawler. I read Netscape and all my hair went gray instantly. we're all turning into Donovan from Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. We chose poorly. I remember reading a tutorial about how to set up ICQ and how important it was, and I just dipped out and never thought about it until this very moment. 30 years later. It was like, yeah, it was complicated. Like, that was back in the era when things would not configure themselves, and you had to, like, open certain ports to allow your computer to communicate with the outside world. Yeah, it took me a while to get ICQ running. So I remember looking at people's funny aim away messages. It can be really hard to remember how good we have things now, like, just convenience-wise. I mean, since I work at a tech store, like, I'm constantly reminded of the convenience of USB cables. If you weren't using computers in the pre-USB era, oh my sweet Jesus. Every single device had its own plug type, and you had to configure the ports for the specific device. Should never know an IRQ setting of highmem.sys is. Oh god. Boot disk chat. There's something that I'm happy to see consigned to the garbage bin of history. Fucking boot disks. If I never configure another port again, it'll be too soon. USB was such a godsend. USB seriously, no lie, no hyperbole, revolutionized the market. It was such a pain to try to buy any kind of peripheral because you had to research whether or not you had the port for it, if you were already using the port for it, if the port had to be configured in a way that you could actually manage. Yeah, you had to pray that the drivers would talk with your computer. Like, DirectX was another big innovation. Everything having its own proprietary drivers that would sometimes work and sometimes wouldn't. And I mean, DirectX had its own issues. Like, early DirectX was some shit. But, you know, over the years, they finally managed to iron it out to a fairly seamless experience. I remember when I couldn't play games because my EMS was too low. wait, what does this mean? I'll let Eva explain that one. They're still getting letters about people wishing they kept the manila envelope for classified information. DirectX was helpful, but meant that every time I read that a game was DirectX compatible, I had to buy a new computer. Things move fast with DirectX. That was definitely true. All right, power charts. What's going on? Super Mario RPG has dethroned the greatest game of all time to become the greatest game of all time. DKC2 is in second. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is in third, no doubt buoyed by its re-release in 1996. Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI, in fourth and fifth. Then Killer Instinct, Yoshi's Island, DKC1, Ken Griffey, Super Mario Kart rounds out the top 10. And then Earthworm Jim 2, Super Metroid, Secret of Evermore. Nice to see Secret of Evermore up here, right ahead of Final Fantasy II, what we now know as Final Fantasy IV, and Ogre Battle. Followed by Breath of Fire 2, Civilization, Mortal Kombat 3, Mega Man X3, and Earthbound. This is actually a pretty good top 20, chat. I like it. Expanded memory is a way to rejigger DOS to free up enough memory to run a program. Game Boy top 10. All right, Link's Awakening, Donkey Kong Land, Super Mario Land 2, Donkey Kong. I believe this is Donkey Kong 94. Metroid 2, Astro's Missile Command, Wario Land, Killer Instinct, Galaga Galaxian, and Kirby's Block Ball is new on the chart. So mostly these just kind of shuffled around. Kirby's Block Ball kind of came out of nowhere. Ogre Battle, what we now know as Troll Battle. Probably the era where the popular new releases are no longer making the charts because there are no more new releases. Was that the good Donkey Kong puzzle game? Yes. Yes. Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy slaps. It is excellent. Shadows, you made it. Guess what? Star Ocean's in this issue. I kind of doubt we're getting to it tonight, but when we hit Epic Center, we got Star Ocean on deck. Oh shit! I knew it! I knew it! I thought I was gonna manifest you out of the ether just by mentioning it on the table of contents. But better late than never. And then Virtual Boy top 5. Who gives a shit? Virtual Boy's dead. Most Wanted, N64, Mario RPG, Cruising USA, Killer Instinct, Shadows of the Empire, Doom, X-Band Modem. The X-Band Modem is still in the public consciousness, chat. People are using it. The children yearn for Dragon Quest VI, and they are not going to get it. MK Trilogy and Mission Impossible. And then the top 5 TV-based games. These couch potato classics are guaranteed to cure those summer rerun blues. Number 1 is Ah, Real Monsters. That one was like an okay-ish platformer. I didn't hate it. Scooby-Doo Mystery was kind of whatever. Looney Tunes B-Ball, Star Trek Starfleet Academies, okay. Anime, like all of these are just kind of okay. I don't know why they bothered with this. I don't know why they picked these games. Yeah, Dragon Quest V was a real miss, right? Yeah. Remember way back in the emulation days, a group was working on a Star Ocean 1 translation, then like someone's hard drive crashed and they lost the whole thing. Guess someone eventually caught back up in the intervening years. I mean, there's an official translation of Star Ocean 1, right? Like they had to have re-released it at some point, right? Right? 5 is the best of the 2D entries by far. Redial! It's no Green Ocean. They didn't say they were amazing. They said they're the top 5 licensed games based on TV properties. Bar wasn't exactly subterranean. But... got a remake on PSP in Star Ocean 2's engine. But that's it. Okay, it's a remake. Okay, I gotcha. All right, chat. Turning the page. It's E3 time. Here we go. Or, as I should say, here we go. This plays in like half of Bomberman Heroes levels. Okay, cool. The wait is over. Now the world can really see what we've known for a while, the real power of the N64. This is only the beginning. Dude sounds like fucking Emperor Palpatine revealing the Death Star. PTSD flashback of this happening to me with a Kudelka light novel. There's one N64 title I'm very much looking forward to seeing in this magazine. Don't worry, Manic. We will get to Quest 64 eventually. Just sit tight. Conker's Bad for a Day. Yeah, that. Fun fact, E3 was made because the Entertainment Software Association lobbying group was mad that CES wasn't treating them with respect. Yeah. Yep. Mario came to like, okay, I'm just gonna skim this for any interesting tidbits because it's gonna be a lot of puff pieces and pablum about stuff that's still not gonna be out for another 4 to 6 months. Mario's amazing in 3 dimensions. It's just the beginning. LA is known for place where things began. Blah, 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 blah. Machine that began life 3 years ago's Project Reality became a reality to more than 50,000 people at E3. No. Okay. The fun machine has arrived. Whatever, great. You wanna see some, you wanna see a super young Miyamoto down there? Down in the corner? Thank you, Mizra. I appreciate it. This is the legendary one where Sega shadow dropped the Saturn and Sony killed it with just announcing the PS1's price. Yep, Salaryman Miyamoto. Will not tolerate puff pieces and pablum in the pages of our Nintendo Power. Ha! Damn it! Waiting for the one where Nintendo America's president inexplicably announced that Mario would never fucking respond. We may be a couple years out from that one, but now I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, here, now I can cover up Jim's stupid face down here. Miyamoto speaks. Well, I should hope so. He is sentient. In many ways, this E3 is a culmination of a dream for Nintendo's revered game designer Shigeru Miyamoto. With the completion of Super Mario 64, he realized the dream that spawned the creation of the Nintendo 64. Without his vision of what a 3D game should and could be, there probably never would have been a Project Reality in N64. Miyamoto seemed relaxed and happy in the spotlight when he addressed hundreds of online fans in a Nintendo Power Source auditorium event. Here's what he had to say. Will there be Yoshi in Mario 64? He should be in there somewhere, but if you play like an average player, you won't find him. How did you get into designing games? It's a very long story. I wanted to make something that surprises people. I didn't know what it would be, but I chose Nintendo because I thought it was a company that would be able to make my dreams come true. It was just coincidence that video games became popular a few years after I joined Nintendo. Cub Scouts are super cute. How many megabits is Mario 64? Physical size of the memory chip is 64 megabits with compression and technology more than twice that can be, whatever. How many worlds does Mario 64 have? The official number is 15. Besides that, there are an extra 10 worlds or so, including Bowser. How does Mario 64 work as a 3D game from a second-person perspective? That's a good question. This is actually the first real 3D action game. We had to think very carefully about what to do with the camera. We decided to include several options. Akidu holds the camera for you. Mr. Miyamoto's final message. Buy the Nintendo 64. We wanted to create something quite new, not simply a modified or improved version of old games. Although we are using established titles, the content is quite different. Not wrong. Also, the one where Shinji Mikami showed up to announce he had nothing to announce about Resi 4, then signed off with a hearty "Don't piss your pants." Yeah, forget about all those fake-ass 3D games. They didn't exist before now. 64 N64 consoles at Nintendo's 46,000 square foot booth. Mention of the Game Boy Pocket. Try upcoming hits for the Super NES. Like what? You can get a lesson how video games are made, demonstrated by the DigiPen School of Computer Game Design. Some people dined in Cafe Luigi. What? Were they actually serving food out of the Nintendo booth? Because they definitely didn't do that at E3 when I was there. Num 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 num. Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run, DKC3, Tetris Attack, Lodrill High, subscribing at tier 3 for 75 months. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Food does sound like a good idea. I'm a big fan of food. I would recommend it. Cafe Luigi is a very exclusive club. There were new games for Virtual Boy. No, there weren't. And Super Game Boy, new interactive displays will let you play on 64 games in store. Last month, Nintendo Power gave you the first in-depth look at many of the initial games for the N64. Mario 64, Pilot Wings, Blast Corps, Wave Race, Cruising USA, Killer Instinct, Wayne Gretzky Hockey, Shadows of the Empire, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and Turok. 10 games in all. Super Mario 64 was finished and floored everyone. The list, chat. The list. Who's developing now? Some of the biggest news at E3 concerned third-party publishers. Interplay. Bring a new version of the PC action hit Descent to Nintendo 64. Did that actually happen? Brian Fargo, the president of Interplay, stated Nintendo is clearly leading the way into the next generation. When did Interplay fold? Hang on. '98. All right. They still got like a year and a half to go. Don't remember Descent for the 64. I adored the PC version of Descent. I like Descent. It can be a bit tough for me sometimes because of my motion sickness, but I do enjoy Descent. Past Interplay has done some leading of its own, creating some of the most innovative games for the Super NES, including Rock and Roll Racing, The Lost Vikings, and Blackthorn. Williams announced additional N64 titles. NBA Hang Time, War Gods, Doom 64, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Robotron X. Kemco showed some early high-res animation from Top Gear Rally. GT Interactive, a new player in the video game development scene, is gearing up to make several games for the N64, including Ultra Combat. In overseas news, Capcom reported its Japanese developers now have N64 development kits, and that in-house teams have begun playing for their first title, which remains unnamed at this time. Other Japanese companies known to have development kits include Enix, Konami, Koei, and Tecmo. Funny they don't mention Square. Port was delayed for, was eventually canceled in 1998 in favor of Descent 3 with Parallax, as Jim Boone explained, never reached the design phase in development. N64, oh, that's right, N64 got Forsaken. Which sounds really funny when you say it out loud. Alright, the list here, chat. The fateful N64 list here is Mario 64, Pilot Wings 64, Legend of Zelda 64, Wave Race 64, Super Mario RPG 2, Blast Corps, GoldenEye, Body Harvest, Star Fox 64, Shadows of the Empire, Super Mario Kart R, Kirby's Air Ride, Cruising USA, Tetrasphere. It's not how you spell sphere, but whatever. Buggy Boogie, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, Killer Instinct 64, Doom 64, Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, NBA Hang Time, War Gods, Robotron X, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, Descent, Ultra Combat, Top Gear Rally, FIFA Soccer, Monster Dunk, Robotech, Crystal Dreams, Mission Impossible, and Freak Boy. Would Enix even ever do anything for the N64? I know Dragon Quest VII began dev for N64, but then moved to PS1. Mario 64 punch a butterfly? Do you know what you're asking here? Freak Boy version is a wild line. Alright. Cable spaghetti. And I thought nuclear pasta was bad. Mischief Makers was Enix? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. These butterflies know what they did. All right. Hold fast music.
Mario.
Faces everywhere in that game make me uncomfy, but great game. Give me your head, Mario. It always freaked me out that when his eyes pointed in opposite directions. I never liked that. Were we? Which Mario were we? Mario D, right?
Yahoo! Yahoo! Yeah! Yahoo! Yahoo! Yahoo!
I get that Mario D. Let's go downstairs. I'm curious if this will show up in the magazine enough. Just hopping and requesting grabbing a handful of stars will actually push him to 100%. Possibly. Plausibly. Did y'all know that Mario's footstep noise are internally named after songs from the dating sim Tokimeki Memorial? I did not know that. Let's go to the awful place, chat. Mario in hell. Don't be pushover. Anyone tries to shove you around, push back. It's one-on-one with a fiery finish for the loser. Hop on the shiny shell and ride where you want to go. Shred those enemies. But there's no shiny shell. You lied. Suck it. Just seeing you walk down there puts me in a mood. Blue coins are so gratifying. It was honestly really cool to make like a little sliding block puzzle out of this.
Here we go!
I fucking love sliding tile puzzles, alright? Can you actually solve it? No, it solves itself.
Let's go.
Kimmy originally played this on DS with the D-pad, so I fucking hated this world. Oh, I bet, yeah. This would have been an enormous pain in the ass. Big bully's over here, if I remember correctly. You fucking murdered them. Well, they deserved it. Yo! Ha! Get fucked. My nephew was in Japan. He picked up 2 N64 style controllers to the Switch 2, and I'm having such a good time learning to use them again when I visit. It's fun. I like the N64 controller. I always did. I never found it awkward. Oh, that wasn't Boyle the Big Bully. It was Bully the Bullies. I have to murder a different bully. I guess Miyamoto really doesn't like bullies. Maybe it's this one? I guess it would be this one, huh? Mario's been killing things in and out of pipes since 1983. Red hot log rolling. This one's kind of bullshit. I don't think I've ever done this one legit, actually. In fact, I'm not even 100% sure how you do it. Could never beat this one in DOS. There's a really cheesy trick to it. Shit. Mario, no! Oh, I think I'm screwed. I don't think I have enough pickup for this. Yeah, shit, I actually have to do this now. Well, unless I can jump across the... Or I can just fall off and die. That's also an option.
Mamma mia!
Currently, Japan is top on his list for where to go if we have to relocate suddenly.
Let's go!
Alright, let's try that again. Not do without any presses. Okay, can I take off from here? There we go. Oh! Okay. Flying in this game is so cool.
Here we go!
You can also do it with a shiny shell, but I think you need a different star unlocked for that. Maybe the volcano one. So in Japan's your family doing a bunch of shopping there? Yes, all the shopping. All the shopping. So much shopping. They have bought so much shit. Yeah, here we go. That's the easy way to get over to that star. Okay, I forget which star is which. There's 2 stars in here. One of them is a gigantic pain in the ass to get. The other one's pretty whatever. Fuck. Alright, let's try this again. Platforming is hard, chat. Yeah, this part. This part is such a pain in the ass. I had the worst time with that as a kid. I don't know if I was too stubborn to rotate the camera or what, but yeah. Fuck it, we'll get them all, why not? That was the hard star, from what I recall. Secret to being good at this game, mastering the camera. Or, like, honestly, just kind of remembering the angles that everything is at. Like, a lot, like, honestly, a lot of what I'm doing is just, like, muscle memory from 30 years ago. Oh, fuck. It's like riding a bike until you forget how the lifts work and plunge your doom. What's the canonical explanation for being healed by money? I don't believe there is one. No, shit! That was horrible.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, Mario's a hyper-capitalist. Oh, that's nice. They just kind of pop you right back in where you were. I genuinely forgot they did that. Yeah, that was impressive, wasn't it? Usually the lava at least gives you a chance to put your ass out, but no, I got crushed into the lava. Hilarious. I think the hardest part of mastering the controls in this game are getting used to Mario's momentum. Like that. Like, Mario has a lot of momentum in this game. A lot. This is some nasty fucking platforming right here. I got it.
Here we go!
Admittedly, if somebody slipped me a hundo, I'd instantly feel better. Alright. I just got all 6 stars there. I'm not gonna do the coin star right now. Let's call that Mario 64 for the evening.
Press start to play.
Press start to play with me, Mario. It's me, Mario. Argue as essential getting a free 1-up from 100 coins in Super Mario 1. Which was the only way to make point scores have any meaning at all on console characters. I feel like coins healing you are like Mario 64's concession that they couldn't do one-hit deaths like you did in the platformers, but they also didn't want a whole power-up schema like you had in the platformers. Like, they didn't want to do Small Mario and Big Mario and Fire Mario and all of that. So, to me, the really revealing part of the health system is the fact that just surfacing in water refills it. Like, your health also serves as, like, your breath. So, I think it was always meant to be really easy to refill, and coins are just, like, the easiest possible pickup for it. The easiest way to recover health other than just having it passively regenerate. And I like collecting coins. Like, I think it's a good fit. It doesn't need to make sense. I think gameplay-wise, it's fun. Like, you get beat up and all of a sudden coins are much more valuable now. Whereas, you know, in most Mario games, unless you're specifically trying to achieve like a 1-up or some coin-based secret, collecting coins is an afterthought. It's actually given new purpose in Mario 64. Healed by the dopamine boost from the go and get sound. Another fun fact, in the beta, Mario instead used stock Mel Blanc sounds. That's cool. Lives are also pretty much vestigial. I think including them was the right call. Satisfying to collect them in a good way to drop a low stakes reward for poking around. Yeah. Yeah. I think when I was a kid, it felt a little weirder, but as I grew older and matured, I think the healing coins made more sense to me. Also, did y'all notice this screenshot of a raptor getting fucking headshot with a chain gun in Turok? That's pretty gross. Like, you could see the fucking exit wound here. I should turn the page. This is very distasteful. Think I was just farmed lives in the first level. I never farmed lives in Mario 64. They seem to come pretty naturally, I think. Fall lineup. Okay. DKC 3, whatever. I'm not a big DKC guy to begin with. Kirby Superstar, my body is ready. Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run. Super Mario RPG, I guess, is getting re-released. Ultimate MK3, NBA Hang Time, Marvel Superheroes in War of the Gems. That's a fighting game, isn't it? NHL 97, Madden NFL 97, Power Rangers Zeo, Battle Racers. That's the Power Rangers kart racer. College Football 97, War 3010, The Revolution. Ms. Pac-Man, finally. In the heady days of 1996, we're getting Ms. Pac-Man. Arcade Greatest Hits, Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. That might be billiards. Mr. Do! PGA European Tour and Disney's Pinocchio. Just Mr. Do It? Oh, he's getting Mr. Done. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Oh, why would you show, why would you show me something like that? I hate you. War of the Gems a brawler? Because the SNES couldn't handle the actual fighter. That's funny. All right, real quick. I think they're just gonna mention all of these. I guess Mario 64 is out at this point, but they're still showing it off at E3 because it's a recent release. Several Titus games that have been shown previously have now been completed. These include Realm, Wiz, Oscar, and Prince of Persia. Only one of those means anything to me. You're lucky I didn't request as a wallpaper. You're right. You're right, I am. Okay, let's do this. Alright, we got Mr. Doe and... Is it Mr. Doe or Mr. Do? Mr. Nuts, Mr. Bloopy, Mr. Tough, Ms. Pac-Man. She does exist. All right. Prepare your asses for Mr. Do. Black Pearl Software, THQ, Imagineer, Universal. Universal what? $1982. Oh my god, is this a port of like an ancient arcade game? I had to run with do, so the German port can be called hairdo. Okay, I need to turn this down, this is killing me. Are you for real with this shit? Oh, the apple kills you. Oh, you only get like one ball. So, why is this clown tunneling around? Collecting cherries? Dig don't. I like that. Oh god! Oh god, he just came right through the wall. Played so many games that sounded exactly like this. DK01 is the one I'm kind of mixed on. I like how he handles the world map. Levels themselves are just sort of alright. In the original Mr. Doe, he was a snowman. Ha! Get fucked upon. It's just getting intense. Oh Christ, oh god. I might be in trouble here. Woo. You think this is fucking loud? I turned this down. Ah, it's coming for me. The cherries are good, yet apples are bad. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda like this. I didn't crush him. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. These guys are fucking intense. Down pretty well. Idea for Powerball came from Mr. Ueda, observing a Super Bowl stuck on the roof of a home near the Universal office in Japan. The devs on this went on to do Shadow Hearts? Oh! But I got him. Yeah! Oh my god, they can push shit. I'm a Mr. Do expert, chat. Yeah, his old titles were an assault on the ears. The hubris of clown. Oh god. Oh, fuck that. Who would win a death battle, Poco or Mr. Doe? Mr. Doe has that killer instinct, though. He'll fucking murk you with that ball. I don't think, frankly, I don't think Poco has it in him. You Mr. Did. They got a big lawsuit for illegally publishing console ports of SNK games in the 2000s. Really? That's weird. Hang on a sec. Oh wow, I haven't had this happen in a while. My monitor decided to just not do. I guess Mr. Do took the do out of it. There we go. All right. So this should be under what? Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. Okay, here we go. Right. Yes. Yes. Oh shit. There we go. Okay. War of the Gems. We looked at this once already, did we? They were making a lot of Marvel games at the time. Infinity Gems. There are 6 different Infinity Gems. Each gem controls one of the forces of either time, space, power, reality, mind, or soul. It is said that the being who obtains all the gems will become omnipotent ruler of the universe. Or just vaporize half of it. Alright, whatever. As the Infinity Gems fall to the Earth, the human race begins to realize it is in grave danger. The heroes determined to assist Adam Warlock begin to search for the gems from scattered over the world. Stark Enterprise's supercomputers point out 4 locations where the Infinity Gems may have landed. I might remember this. Boston Aquarium, Alaska. Oh, yeah, we have played this. It's like, one of these places is not like the others. Yeah, I definitely went to the aquarium. I remember that now. Let's go to Alaska. Iron Man in Alaska. Just get going. Grateful Adam Warlock got ridden out of existence. Wait, what? What happened to him? It's Wolverino! Wait, that's not right. What's with these evil Wolverines? Is that evil Hawkeye? What's going on, chat? All my friends are evil. I can double jump. That's cool. You got retconned as Izzy no longer a big character in the limelight. You normally don't flash when you land on the ground in a brawler, so it makes me think that I'm dying. Ow! Ow! You fuckheads. E-Puck. The fuck are these? I think I observed this last time I played this, but none of my other buttons do anything. Go to the Amazon. Fuck is a dude, that's an evil version of him. Iron Man is dead. Are those She-Hulks? Holy shit, that walking animation. This is like Capcom's Spider-Man. This is always the way he walks around. Always. I think Capcom saved Marvel in the 90s. Hmm. '90s cartoons were successful, especially X-Men and Spider-Man. One of the problems I'm running into here is I really don't know who I'm beating up. What is it with these fake-ass Hawkeyes? Why are there so many of them? Jesus. What if we just leave? Oh, I guess we can. Can we? No. No, that's it. All you stack up. Oh my god, they have so much health. Tell they're evil because they have toe socks. Take that, door. Evil pucks! The bane of my existence. Wait, did they just keep coming? Do I need to leave? Oh, maybe they keep coming until you break all the cameras. Spider-Man walking like he's still in his wrestler days. Nice, great, thank you. Uh-oh. I can shoot web. It's, like that. But it doesn't do anything fun. It's just like a little projectile. Evil Wolverine. Wait, he was... Yo, chat. The regular enemies in some of the... So, like, the regular enemies in some levels are the bosses of other levels. Like, that's kind of lame. Alright, I'm done with this. This kind of sucks. I'm not impressed. I don't think I was the first time I played it either, but I'm definitely not now. Think maybe you have to web up the spike balls so they don't damage you. No, it's just bad platformer design is all. General So Chicken Loaf came out good. Nice. I am envious. That sounds good. All right, chat. Well, you can see we have a lot. We have a whole lot to look forward to in the future. So, Game Boy in your pocket. Where else would it be? The most portable video game system in the world turns out to be even more portable. Now that Nintendo's introduced Game Boy Pocket. 30% smaller in volume, half the weight. New black and white LCD screen with sharper resolution. Powered by 2 AAA batteries. Wow, big jump from the 4 AA's that the original took. To date, there are over 430 Game Boy titles and more hits are on the way. Donkey Kong Land 2. Digger. Disney's Pinocchio. The biggest news for Virtual Boy was a lower manufacturer's suggested price of $99.95 and software prices ranging from $29.95 to $39.95. Nintendo also showed off 2 new Virtual Boy games for the first time in North America, Dragon Hopper and Bound High. You had a Game Boy Pocket? I had an original brick Game Boy. I lost it somewhere. I have no idea where it is now. It's the only piece of hardware I've ever lost. I didn't really need it after I got my SP. By this point, I'm pretty sure the Saturn of all consoles became the best place for a lot of Capcom stuff. Not everything. It had the only arcade perfect ports of their fighters, Mega Man 8, Resident Evil 1, X4. That is not good value. No, it is not. And then a big thing about Nintendo's online stuff, and I really don't care. I really don't care. That's E3, chat. Man, it is a far cry from the E3s and CESs of just a few years ago. I guess it's because the market's a lot more crowded at this point, right? Sega announced a new console. The PlayStation is hot as hell. There's the weird, like, B-string consoles lurking around in the shadows. Nintendo probably had the most boring show of the 3. Yeah, well, I mean, they're just waiting. The N64 was supposed to be out by now. They've got nothing. They're just waiting. Imagine the Virtual Boy had really taken off, though. I mean, I can't imagine a world like that. It's like... I don't know. It's like, imagine a world where... I don't know. The United States had never declared independence from England. Like, how can you even conceive of what that would be like? Every aspect of history since that point would be totally different. Like, the Virtual Boy being a giant flop was a pretty big deal, honestly. Like, an entire Nintendo console just vanished. That's the code Yes Universe Oddish. That exists. It's hey! Kind of funny they aren't mentioning Pokemon yet, despite it being big enough in Japan to affect the Pocket's designed specifically for it. I wonder if that was a directive for Nintendo, or if Nintendo Power staff genuinely didn't think Pocket Monsters would do well here. I could see that. I could see them believing that, because on the face of it, like on the one hand, RPGs did well in the Western markets, but very, 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 very conditionally. Like Final Fantasy and Square games were hot as hell, but like Enix stuff was pretty tepid for the most part, and other RPGs just never got much traction here. They might have been looking at Pokemon through that lens and been like, I just really didn't think it was going to take off here the way it did in Japan, you know? Nintendo originally was going to have no link cable on the Pocket because nobody else was using it that much till Pokemon. If Monster in My Pocket didn't do well, why would Pocket Monster? Best point, there's a pretty good chance the only US press Pokemon right now is a Porygon seizure. Yeah, that's all I knew about Pokemon. That was all I knew about Pokemon for a very long time. Was it gave people seizures. And that was it. Alright, stream's over. We're just gonna play Kirby Superstar for the rest of the night. We're here, chat. The pink one is back. If you need proof that Nintendo is still committed to putting out the very best game for 16-bit fans, just wait until you play Kirby Superstar coming this fall for Super NES. They're not wrong, chat! They're not wrong! Nobody has to play this just for spite. Fuck you, I'm playing it anyway. Why is the preview in the Harvest Moon fight? Good question, actually. Graphic design is their passion, after all. You'll be awestruck by the huge variety of adventures that await our pink and pudgy pal in the world of Dreamland. And because you can play each level independent of the others, it's like having 9 great Kirby games in one. It really is! I mean, it's just, okay, is there a whole lot? No. Oh my god, it's a 2-page preview of this. Let's just play it. Fuck it, I don't need to read this. I can tell you what's going on. Jigglypuff looks weird in this. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth and you never open it again. What's up, Empires? How you doing? Favorite track is Fountain of Dreams. Fountain of Dreams is very good. Kirby Superstar is the Kirby game that I measure all of their Kirbys against. It is the quintessential Kirby game to me. It's one of my favorite games ever. Whee! Why can they not bring Kirby in the modern game world? Does he need a Soulsborne? Hey, he got a Breath of the Wild like. All right, no spoilers. Ah, fresh save. Let's do this. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's like 9 games in this, right? You start with 6 unlocked. 2 of them are mini games. They're just, well, you know, we can start with those. Let's do a little Megaton Punch, just for fun. Pay attention to the power gauge and watch the pendulum. Check out Mario and Luigi and Birdo in the audience. Whoa. Haha, my crack's bigger. It's actually best to just let the computer do theirs first, since it's gonna go out to that. But yeah, if you can hit all of those perfectly, you'll get like 200 some megatons. I'm gonna call versus battle wiki for these enemies. And then Samurai Kirby is pretty awesome. This one's just straight reflex test. But the aesthetic of it is immaculate. Forgot how good the sprite work is. Kirby Superstar is an amazing looking game. It's so good looking. Most of the Kirby games for a while were gorgeous. Oh yeah. Mennonite is a bastard in this. I'm not sure I've ever beaten him on expert. Ooh. I can't even beat him on beginner. Alright, anyway, let's play one of the actual games. Spring Breeze. Help! All the food from Dreamland has been stolen. Hurry, Kirby, or everyone will starve to death. We're gonna skip the tutorial. The tutorial is cute, but it's also a tutorial. You don't need to explain copy. Thank you. They're gonna do it anyway. Fuck you. Basically, it's do you want the long explanation or the short explanation? So Spring Breeze is basically a remake of the original Kirby's Dream Land. So whenever you get power, you can actually go into your pause menu and get an explanation and a list of moves for it. Yes, you have moves. Use the beam attacks against the enemies. Fire the beam by pressing Y. This is very handy and useful ability. Y is beam whip. Dash Y is cycle beam. Dash B is beam machine gun. Towards and Y is capture beam. Hold Y is wave beam. Some of this might have been the genesis of like smash moves. And then of course, whenever you want, you can turn. Oh, I wanted to eat him. You dick. There we go. Smooch that waddle do. Also, keep an eye on the little Kirby card in the bottom left, where it shows his power, because it does change periodically.
I like it.
Oh, I like it too. Bomb! Be a maniac in this game. Fuck it. Who cares? Infinite bombs is infinite fun. It's true. Oh yeah, you can give enemies bombs to hold, which is really funny. Most powers have like a special grab in this. The bomb one's really funny. Guess who? Why is this tree always evil? I think he's just a dick and never learns. Oh, hey, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's mine. Fighter's a really cool one. Fighter actually depends on how hard you press the button. Wispy dick doesn't flow as well. Kirby Dream Land 3 on the SNES is legit possessed corrupted. A lot of the stories in like Kirby games are kind of dark. Like, we're gonna get to that in this one. In Kirby's Avalanche reveal that Wispy is perfectly fine and reasonable, and it's Kirby that's the asshole. I didn't really play Avalanche, so I'm not sure. No, mine. Wah! Suck it, mini boss. It's crash time. Omni Kirby. Ultra Kirby. Look who it is! God, I miss Lolo. Why can't there be a new Lolo game, chat? Yeah, it just nukes out the screen. That's not even the only screen nuke in the game. Kirby is hands down my favorite Nintendo character. It's not even close. It was nice your computer buddy actually has good AI. He actually does. Like, the helpers in this are genuinely useful. Never mind them getting hit all the time. I wanted that guy, you dick. It's okay, we got one here. Sword is really powerful. Oh, wait. Sorry, bud, you're gonna die. Mirror is maybe my favorite power in this. Mirror is really cool. The wand swing is also really powerful. Sword makes him look like Link on purpose. He's got like the sword projectiles and everything. It is absolutely Zelda mode. Shit. It's really powerful, chat. There are no weak Kirby powers, just weak Kirby players. I would agree with that. All the powers in this game are good. It's Mike! That's the other nice thing. When you make helpers out of them, you actually get to learn their names. Ooh, Umbrella's really good too. Ow, you fuck. It's always a secret door in the moon, chat. Always a secret door in the moon. And it's full of food. Look at how precious he is, chat. He's perfect. God's special little cream puff. Did you ever play Air Riders? No, I didn't. As big a fan of Kirby as I am, I actually haven't played that many Kirby games. I played the original Dreamland, I played Adventure, Superstar, Pinball. Ooh, Hammer's really good. Okay. Actually, no. You know what Actually, I could just let this guy do it for me. Yeah, just fucking kill that guy for me. Thanks. Ow, getting too close. Could be bad. Save him! You're saved. This is a plain old white guy with a hammer in the Kirby universe. Yep. Yeah, I played Canvas Curse, Amazing Mirror, Forgotten Land. There's a whole bunch of Kirby games I missed. Oh no, I wanted the fucking. Oh, I want the umbrella. All right, fine. We'll just bomb King DDD to death. Bomb might be a little busted. Far from the most busted power in this game, though. He's huge, chat. The curb blimp. Staff. Good luck you can read all this. Fuck you, you want to be recognized for your work this game. Nah, there's a proper credits later, but this is just the very first game in the collection. Look, it's a legion of... I always thought this was like a legion of Kirby's. I guess it's Waddle Dees. But they do look very Kirby-y from the back. What's next, chat? Let's do Gourmet Race. Race through Gourmet World to the finish, gobbling up all the tasty treats you can find. Beat King DDD to the goal and eat all the foods. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, this is a platformer race where you want to grab all the food. DDD moves fast for a fat bastard. No, you fuck. That was my M tomato. Ooh, he corners better than Kirby. Oh, you shitter. Dun, 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 dun. They basically made like a standalone version of this. Oh shit. On the Switch. See, I have the jet power now, which is basically a jetpack, a Kirby jetpack. I was right there, fuck. That's fine. Because Kirby wasn't airborne enough already. Wrecked your shit! Jetpacker, really good fart. Yeah, that was gourmet, right? Oh, I forgot there's an attract mode for each of these. Let's say the Spring Breeze attract mode. Shadows, you know you do talk about the Kirby anime every time Kirby comes up, right? And I have seen it. Here comes our hero. Alright, Dynablade! Dynablade is destroying all the crops. She must be stopped. Master the different abilities and defeat her. Big scary bird. Should I explain copy? No. I fucking know how copy works. So this one has a little mini world map. It's 5 stages. Or is it? Ow. Look, I really, really want that umbrella, okay? Just give me the fucking umbrella. Sorry, parasol. Parasol's great. Floaty Kirby is maybe the cutest thing in the world. When was the game decided to pretend to be a bunch of separate games instead of having levels? I feel like UFO 50 before its time. That's a good question, honestly. Because there is, and we'll get to this, there is basically a main game in this. And once you get to it, everything else just kind of feels like gravy. And I mean, it's very good gravy. But I kind of wish the one main game had kind of been the whole game. Not really, though. It's, like, the variety is nice. Like, the variety of this one is really, really fun. Oh shit, wait, is this where we get... Oh no, that's just bomb. Crush, nuke, whatever they call it. Yeah, this isn't really like a WarioWare joint. WarioWare is like micro games. This is just like a bunch of smaller Kirby games mashed together instead of like one big one like Adventure. And I mean, it's not inappropriate. I mean, they fit the entirety of Kirby's Dream Land in as one of the 9 games in it. Was this game on the SNES Mini? I don't remember. I have the NES Mini. I don't have the SNES one. I'm sorry, I gotta use Cook. Cook is so much fun. He ate him, chat! He ate him! Something like this is meant to be a reaction to how long SNES games we're getting. Almost. I think if you get a perfect on that, you get 3 1-ups. Funny, but also yikes. Parasol beats sword. Ow. Parasol's nice because it protects you while you're fighting things. Ooh, ninja. Ninja. Except I can't actually get down here the way I wanted to. Oh, I'm dumb. I could just push down through here. Yeah, I did kill my partner. You can absorb them. Fucker, I needed him. Well, I didn't need him. I wanted him. Can't get outside. I missed most of this trying to catch him. Aw. Ooh, yes. So Dynablade is the first game in this collection that has secrets. Yes, there is a sleep power in this. No, it doesn't do anything. Shame we never got proper follow-up to the Tenchu games. I had a friend in college who was a huge Tenchu fan. Just absolutely massive Tenchu fan. Oh, hang on. So we could drive around as a wheel, or we could ride our friend as a wheelie rider. So yeah, Wheelie is a very special helper whom you can actually ride. Oh, perfect. Suck it, castle. Ooh, nailed it. Apparently, the original prototype of this were developed on NES instead of SNES. Well, what is that mysterious E, chat? It's a random boss encounter. Don't worry, we're safe. Mentioned before that you're French kissing your partners. It took me until now to really take that in. So these are like power galleries. You can pick whatever powers you want here and test them out. Since we haven't really seen everything, I'll show you some of them. I'm not sure Plasma's in this one, normally. Plasma's neat because there's like 5 different powers depending on how much you mash the D-pad. There's like Plasma Needle, Plasma Arrow, Plasma Shock, Plasma Beam, and Plasma Ball. Chicken is not a power, unfortunately. Whoa there, champ. Fire's funny because you can self-immolate. We did fighter, right? Oh, this isn't everything. Oh, interesting. Let's say Plasma. I'm not sure if or when we'll see that again. I feel like Plasma is sort of like static electricity. Oh, no, that guy's Plasma. Oh, you can also double jump off of your allies, which is pretty cool. Boom. Boom. We'll leave that one. I don't think I can go up with this one. I wanted you to take this. I want to show what happens when you try to inhale a Scarfy. They turn into fucking horrifying monsters. No good. I should go with rock. Stone. It's exactly what you think it is. Oh fuck, yo-yo. No! Yo-yo. If mirror is my favorite power, yo-yo is like my second favorite. Yo-yo is like shockingly powerful. I want to see if I can get it. Ow. This one actually has like a Street Fighter move. Yeah, down, up, Y, the gazer spiral. Hang on. I might need to go. Ah! That one. So this game blends pre-rendered hand-drawn sprites. Yeah. You seen those outfits composed of mirrors? I have, yeah. Really should have seen that coming. Whee! Meow. This is the suplex guy, I think. Let's find out. No, take the hat. Thank you. Gim. Suplex. This is a grabby power. I love Kirby's little wiggly hands when he tries to grab somebody. There's actually a special trick to this one. I think if you can hit number 2 or number 3 on the dot, you actually end up on one of those like jet slides that'll propel you especially far. Suplexing dudes is never going to not be fun. The only problem with suplexes is not great for bosses, because unlike in Final Fantasy III, you can't suplex a train or bosses. Yeah, the music's fantastic. Oh, hammer. That's what we needed. Can't suplex a train in this, what a terrible game. 0 out of 10. And yes, it has the DK barrel cannons. You pet the dog cat, can you suplex the train? Is there treasure hidden behind the waterfall? All important questions. All absolutely key. The bird has the wing power. Damn it. No, my hammer. Fine, I'll take the wing power. Wing is cool because instead of like floating, you actually like flap around. Game took 3 years to develop, mostly because Sakurai was so impressed by DKC and wanted to integrate pre-rendering. That's interesting. The time was well spent, for sure. Hell yeah. So this is an interesting one. You don't see this one very often in the game. It's the copy ability. Copy enemies' abilities without fighting. The helper will also be able to copy abilities. So basically, instead of like sucking up an enemy, and here, let's attack. Instead of sucking up an enemy, we can just analyze them and take their power. They will absolutely do the same. He stole my fucking friend. Here, take this. Is that especially different from what you normally do? No, but it'll be important later. Oh, that's one of the rare statues. So every time you hit this, Kirby turns into something different. Kirby statue, pink rock, star rock, 8-ton weight. But every once in a while, very, very rarely, he'll turn into a different statue. And there's, I think, 3 of them. And that was one. The other thing about the copy ability is it lets you copy abilities from bosses if you want to use their own power against them. But it does have a very special use later in the game. I'm getting pretty good at that, chat. Hang on, there's another special stage. So you know what I'd like? Just go around headbutting people's chickens. Alright, let's do this. Bird up. Oh god, he grabbed me. There we go. Yeah. Babies. Sign these babies. I know we haven't. We're gonna raise the babies. Since we had to beat the shit out of their mama. So I guess things worked out? Question mark? All right, finishing Dynablade unlocked Revenge of Meta Knight. All right, I think I'm gonna stop here for the night because Great Cave Offensive and Revenge of Meta Knight are both really chonky. Like they'll probably take the better part of the evening to do. To be fair, those apples may have been sentient. But remember, this is just the preview of Kirby Superstar. Even if it doesn't show up again in this issue, it'll show up in a future one, and we will come back to this because I am going to do everything in this game. It's great. Let's do Samurai Kirby one more time. See if I can actually beat beginner. My reaction time used to be better. Although it might be because I'm going through a capture card for this. Like, I think my reaction time used to be like 10 milliseconds, which still wasn't fast enough to beat Meta Knight on Expert. I think I just got old, chat. $12's not bad. cool that a couple years ago, jazz cover of Meta Knight's Revenge won a Grammy for Best Arrangement. That is cool. 12 might be as good as I can do. Fuck, dude. You can do 11. All right. That is Kirby Superstar. Actually, real quick, what? Okay, so we did the 2 mini games. We did Spring Breeze, Gourmet Race, and Dynablade. That's 32% of the game. We've beaten games 1, 2, and 3. You used to be able to do the shootout in NES Kirby ones. That one I feel like is even harder. I could be wrong, but I feel like that one's even harder. So yeah, So yeah, Great Cave Offensive. Great Cave Offensive is maybe my favorite one because it's a big scavenger hunt. It's this huge series of interlocked levels that have a whole bunch of treasures and stuff hidden in them. Revenge of the Meta Knight is maybe the most story-driven one. There's like little cutscenes and stuff in it. And then we'll talk about Milky Way Wishes when we get to it. Milky Way Wishes is special. And then I'm covering up with my dumb head, but there is a secret 9th game. It's not really a secret, it's Boss Rush, the arena. Easily the hardest part of the game. But yeah. Alright. Yeah, I can't forget about the Boss Rush. Tetris Attack! Oh, it's Nintendo. Oh, it's just shot through with the Nintendo stuff. Stack them up or lay them flat. You need to move your blocks quickly to survive a Tetris attack. Get ready for Nintendo's most mesmerizing puzzle game since Dr. Mario. They say this. They say this every time. Every time they put out a new one of these licensed puzzle games. It's the greatest thing since Tetris. It's the best thing since Dr. Mario. Just trying so desperately to recapture that magic. Imager washed out as fuck. Yeah, they didn't do a good job capping those. Panel de Yoshi. No Tetris. While other Tetris games have pieces that require perfect fit, Tetris Attack has blocks in. So this is not a Tetris game, right? I'm not off base here, right? It's not a Tetris game. They borrowed somebody else's puzzle game and stuck Nintendo characters in it and called it Tetris, right? Reskin and panel de pawn. Okay. Cool. Kirby music, chat. One player menu has 5 different games for all levels of style of game players. Alright. Colored tiles rise up from the bottom of the screen. You need to flip them laterally into rows and columns or 3 or more identical tiles. Okay. So it's not all that different from like Yoshi's Cookie, right? Don't know why I thought that fairies wouldn't sell as a theme over here in 1996. Deceptive to call it Tetris anything, yeah? Yeah, over the years, I've gotten very annoyed with games being called Tetris when they're very conspicuously not Tetris. Frankly, I don't need any sequels or follow-ups or remakes to Tetris. Tetris is Tetris. That's it. Any falling block is a Tetris if you're genre ignorant enough. Oh, I think I pissed Satellite off. Alright, let's give this thing a try. Get past the Tetris sphere, because that genuinely is a new take on Tetris. Is it a good one, though? Alright. Not actually that passionate about Tetris. It's okay. I think we have an understanding here. Yoshi. Let's go put what? Wow, okay. I was watching someone play Final Tetris as recently as actual Tetris with zany special powers and wacky rules in a head-to-head battle. That could be kind of cool. Tetris Attack ruined Modern Match 3s for me because they don't let you set up combos. Interesting. How to play and how to improve. Endless? Poochie! Wow, so they borrowed straight from Yoshi's Island on this one, huh? Okay, so you can drop stuff down like that. I mean, they clearly put a lot of effort into the reskin. I can respect that. Oh my god, yes! Some button or other will speed up the stack for a moment. Oh, ooh, it's a top button. It's a top button. Play this all the time with a group of your friends. I was then good at Puyo Puyo and Puyo Puyo. You be goat tile puzzles yourself. I think it allows a lot of fancy chains, more intuitive setup set chains in Puyo. I like this. Like, first blush, I definitely like this. In a way that I tend to not like puzzle games. Like score attacky puzzle games. Arcade, yeah. Yeah, I don't tend to like arcade puzzlers. I like cracking a puzzle. I don't really like going through the motions for points, you know? Strip Puyo's top so you can reprogram your whole entire brain to play Puyo correctly. This is neat. I like this. I really like this. I've been playing the GBA entry of this series a fair amount lately. First mode is also great. Nice back and forth with the garbage blocks. Okay, so hang on. This is okay. So that's the infinite mode. Have limited time in this mode. Clear stages. All right. Let's try this. Hello, Yoshi here. Before each round in these messages, you can learn lots of different hints. Eliminate everything but the clear line in order to clear each stage. Remember, stay calm and don't panic. Yoshi doesn't speak. He says fucking Yoshi. And that's it. You ever consider maybe Yoshi doesn't speak to you? No, I hadn't actually considered the possibility. There was blatant series swap localizations that everything was way out of character. Cool, okay. Yeah! Okay, so that's stage clear. I want to see puzzle mode. Love the expression of that yellow Yosh. This is not quite what I had in mind. I guess I gotta start you off gently. Okay, I had to think about that one for a second. You gotta go linearly. Linearly. Hey! These backgrounds are really cute. I love the little shy guy crashed out in the top corner. Wait a minute. That took me entirely too long. Hey. I want to know how hard these get, but it's gonna take too long to get to that point. Oh, I get 2 for this one. Whoa! Hey! Imagine setting that combo up. Dare you challenge the cutest baby game for babies? Not sure I'm smart enough for the baby game for babies. Give it a 95% brain capacity. I did it. I beat the round. Okay, I probably need to stop playing this. Okay, now they're getting tricky. This I like. But I need to stop playing this. Gotta try the versus mode? Okay. Howdy there, welcome back to Yoshi's Island. Oh no! Bowser and his friends are at it once again. Using magic, he started the rains, a regular deluge. He even cast a spell on most of my friends. If nothing is done, the world will be flooded. Luckily, the spell didn't work on me, and I figured out how to remove the spell. The time has come to defeat Bowser and his cronies. I'm free! Good for you? Okay, that's really cool. The dialogue is insane in this. It's really weird. I kind of screwed that up. Oh, shit. All right there, champ. Oh, that's how you attack. Okay. I don't think he's doing so hot, chat. I don't think he can keep up. Plus 4 tiles or chains will also send garbage. Okay. Win. Rikitu and Goonie are now free. I'm free. Bumpty and Dr. Freeze good? Seems kind of bad. Wait on that one for a sec. Shit. Whew, okay. Me personally, I'm enjoying seeing Yoshi tear a path of vengeance throughout the land. Free the spell. I'm free! Pushy and Grinder. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. The monkey's name is Grind. Oh, like organ grinder. That's pretty okay, I guess. All right. Well, color me pleasantly surprised. I didn't need them to call it Tetris Attack. I do appreciate the Yoshi's Island theming, honestly. I might look up the original Pond to Panel at some point. But I mean, look, chat, I like Yoshi. Okay. I'm Yoshi fan. Another Nintendo Power game 100%. So yeah. Good stuff. All right. I believe this is the end of our adventures for tonight, chat. Let's call it an evening. I've closed down requests. Let's take a peek and see what's next. Oh, good. Oh, good, chat. I regret to inform you that outside of Star Ocean, we may have played all the good stuff out of this issue. So, come back next Thursday for some crap. But yeah, so, tomorrow, nothing. I am not streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday mornings. We'll be doing Satisfactory. We should be finishing Phase 6. We'll be cooking nuclear pasta this weekend and moving on to the final phase of the game, which is really crazy. I don't think it's going to be very long. I don't think it's going to take us too long to actually finish the game, but Phase 5 is pretty wild. Next week on Wednesday, it'll be some kind of variety night, and Thursday night we'll be back here for better or for worse. I really thought this might be like a Super Nintendo Waterworld. I really don't need a Game Boy one. No one requested already. You gotta wait a whole week for it, buddy boy. I'm sure you can be patient. So, let's go find somebody to raid. Sig. Let's go see Sig. Oh man, Big Sig. He's been streaming for 6.5 hours, so I don't know if he's gonna be winding down soon or not, but we can at least go hang out with him and see for ourselves. So anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, for some of you weathered many hours of Satisfactory this morning only to come back and check out some retro games with me. And there was some good stuff. I think we had a good time tonight. Getting some more stars in Mario, learning about Tetris Attack, playing God Blessed Kirby Superstar. It was wonderful. So, anyway, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully, I will see you all on Saturday morning as we continue our Satisfactory adventures. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.